Welcome to our channel Sprout Nepal. Today we are going to talk about how the worldwide pandemic of COVID-19 has affected Nepal's tourism sector. The pandemic's ruinous effect on the largest economic sector of Nepal is undeniable. Nepal, being a country that is rich in natural scenic beauty, diverse in ancient cultures, and renowned for its famous Himalayas including the world's highest mountain Mount Everest and the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, makes it one of the most popular travel goals in the world. But amid COVID-19, social distancing and isolation has forced people to stay inside their homes. This has had a devastating effect on travel and tourism sector of the country. But with the coronavirus pandemic affecting the whole planet, there really is no other alternative. Total coronavirus infected cases is about 13,564 as of July 1st in Nepal, including 29 deaths and 3,194 recovered cases. Nepal first imposed a nationwide lockdown starting from March 24, 2020. The government eased the lockdown on June 15, letting people open up their businesses and travel to private vehicles, but public travel system is still closed. International and national flights have also recommenced since June 15 in an odd and even basis. Nevertheless, we can be sure that Nepal isn't expecting tourists anytime soon. One of the major drawbacks of the COVID-19 imposed lockdown in Nepal is surely the calling off of the Visit Nepal 2020 campaign. The Ministry of Tourism had produced this campaign to promote tourism in Nepal all around the world. It was officially launched in an inauguration ceremony at Dasatrang Sala on the 1st of January. Nepal had aimed to bring about 2 million tourists this year. The government had split up 5 distinct sectors to promote Visit Nepal 2020. They were people and heritages, nature and wildlife, culture, cities and leisure, religion and pilgrimage, and adventure and outdoors. The Nepal government had heavily prepared by providing heavy discounts on trekking and travel packages throughout the country, making tourism in Nepal very cheap this year. Airports, lodgings, eateries, travel offices and tourist destinations were also maintained. In 2020, however, Nepal witnessed a 2% drop in tourist arrival rates in January according to the Nepal Tourism Board. The top countries that our tourists came from in 2020 were India, China, USA, Myanmar, and Thailand. Now, let's talk about the top tourist destinations and sector of tourism that attract these tourists in Nepal. Most tourists visit Nepal for simple holiday pleasures, trekking and mountaineering, business, pilgrimage or other. But due to COVID-19, we were unable to attract tourists this year after the month of February. The first is adventure tourism. The major attractions for adventure tourism are mountaineering, bungee jumping, rock climbing, paragliding, skydiving, rafting, canoeing and boating, hiking and trekking. For mountaineering purposes, the Nepal Himalayas consist 8 of the highest peak above 8,000 meters in the world. Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world, is also located in Solukhumbu district of Nepal. A total of 13% of total tourist population visit here to see the wonderful mountains and participate in famous activities like mountain climbing, mountain biking, and mountain flights. Rafting companies in Nepal have allowed 16 rivers to operate rafting, which showcases Nepal as a country that is rich in natural water reserves and resources. According to the government statistics, around 187,692 tourists visited Nepal in 2018 for trekking purposes. The most popular treks in Nepal include Ghorepani Pun Hill Trek, Mardi Himal Trek, and Langtang Trek. There have been no revenues from these activities since COVID-19 spread around the world. Thousands of trekking guides and local businesses have lost their jobs and market due to travel restrictions to these areas. The second tourism attraction in Nepal is definitely Nepal's religious and cultural heritage sites. Nepal is rich in culture and religion and so invite tourists from many religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, etc. The cities tourists visit for famous pilgrimage sites are Kathmandu, Lumbini, Swargadwari, Lake Gosaikunda, Pathibara, Mankamna, etc. A total of 70.3% of total tourists visited these pilgrimage sites last year. Some of the most popular temples that attract tourists are Pashupatinath Temple, Kathmandu, Changunaran Temple, Bhaktapur, Swayambhunath Stupa, Kathmandu, Guheshwari Temple, Kathmandu, Buddhanath Stupa, Kathmandu, Mankamna Temple, Gorkha District, Janki Mandir, Janakpur. Nepal also contains 4 of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They are Sagarmatha National Park, Kathmandu Valley, Chitwa National Park, Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Due to COVID-19, there has been no tourist movement to these places. Tons of tourists visit Lumbini in the month of May for Buddha Purnima as well. But this year, due to lockdowns, there have been no tourist movement in these areas. As the tourism sector heavily depends on cultural and religious sites for its revenue, this has considerably affected Nepal's economy. The third is wildness and natural vegetation. Nepal is famous for its jungle safari and national parks and wildlife reserves. Tourists visit Nepal from all over the world to see wondrous plants, animals, and birds living in the jungles. Nepal also houses some of the most rare birds and animals in the world. The rare Asiatic elephants capture the sight of thousands of tourists every year, and thus elephant riding is one of the most exciting activities. Some of the rare creatures that draw tourists to Nepal are clouded leopards, red pandas, one-horned rhinoceros, Bengal tigers, Asiatic elephants, giant hornbills, and Asiatic rock pythons. The national parks and wildlife reservations housing these exquisite animals are Annapurna Conservation Area, Chitwan National Park, Seifoksundhu National Park, Dhorpatan Hunting Reserve, Makalu National Park, Sagarmatha National Park, Kochitapu Wildlife Reserve, Langtang National Park, and Rara National Park. Lots of investors in such conservation area sites came as tourists first. Countless people working in the annual conservation sites and travel guides to these venues are out of jobs now due to the pandemic. Local caretakers of the exotic animals are now unable to take care of those animals and their families since there are no revenues. The fourth is research. Plants and animal research is a major factor for bringing tourists to Nepal. There is a total of 65,000 known species of trees, shrubs, and flowers reportedly found in Nepal. Nepal is also rich in rare medicinal herbs that is unlike any other found in other places of the world, like cordyceps, also known as Yarsagumba, Himalayan yew, Paz aule, spikenard, and golden micalia. Many international pharmaceutical companies also invest in Nepali herbs for medicinal research. Nepal also has more than 185 species of mammals and 71 species of reptiles, 50 species of amphibians, and 886 species of birds. Sivapithecus, or commonly known as Ramapithecus, is a genus of extinct apes dated from 12.2 million years ago. The fossil remains of these creatures have been found in the banks of Tinau River flowing from the Siwalik Hills in Nepal. Animal researchers from countless nations all over the world come to visit and conduct research on this site, but due to the travel limitations and lockdowns, tourists have been unable to visit Nepal during this year. Potential researchers and research companies who could invest in Nepal's natural treasures have been lost. The largest economic sector of Nepal is agriculture. Thus, research related to agriculture is also very favorable in Nepal. As Nepal contains fertile soils in the Tarai region, it is used to conduct agriculture research. It covers about 31.7% of Nepal's GDP and is the largest sector promoting the economic growth of Nepal. Thus, any potential researchers that would have visited Nepal couldn't visit this year due to the pandemic. The last but not the least is business. As Nepal is a third world developing country, it constantly needs help from private, governmental, or international sector to prosper, and in turn it helps international businesses succeed. They might even get better market here in Nepal as they would have to deal with less or negligible competitions. Foreign investments and taxation and trade make up a large amount of Nepal's economy, but due to COVID-19 we have lost many potential tourists who could be prospective business clients that would be help for our trade and business sector. Nepali handicrafts business is also largely benefited by the visits of tourists in the country. There are mainly two types of handicrafts made in Nepal, textile and non-textile. Some of the most popular Nepali handicrafts that draw tourists are modern painting, pashmina, leather products, decorative items, dolls and puppets, crazy hats, bead crafts, etc. The tourists who are largely the customers of such products are unavailable now, and so huge numbers of local businesses are suffering. So what is the future of travel and tourism in Nepal? People all around the world are in panic mode and their only main target is to stay alive amid the global pandemic. Even if vaccines are distributed around the world and the world is rid of this pandemic, people may yet be unwilling to travel for a long time. This affects the population of tourists greatly and we may see a heavy drop in tourism numbers visiting our country. The economic downfall may be harsher than any of us can know. The recovery time could be years, which will significantly affect the country's economy. The important thing for the government to do now is take proper measures to ensure that Nepal's economy recovers fast. We should try not to lose our interest in Nepal and its multitude of natural and cultural beauty. We can still have a great time through live streams, webcams, and virtual visits, and we can still read blogs, magazines, books, and mark the places we'd like to visit later on. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share and subscribe to our channel Sprout Nepal for more amazing content.